Welcome everyone here, Crank Sprint Chronicles. This is the analysis of my first race. You can see the pen is now closed and I'm already inside the race. And in few seconds we are about to start. They divide the pens, as you can see. They place me on the pen number 5 out of 8. You can see there's a few riders on the side, and if you didn't see my video, I leave you on description. There's a full review about IndieVelo. You can see at the bottom, you can already see the altimetry, so you can see all the laps. In this case there are 4 laps, and then there's a lot of riders on the right. This is very similar to Zwift. Many nationalities, and most of them probably for this race, they are AI, so they are controlled by the AI. They're not real riders, and some of them they have teams, some not, so you will see during the race. You can see the wattage even when you're warming up. You can see now there's the wattage on my warm-up, and we finally kick off. Let's have a look. A few differences with Zwift. You can see on the left you have the TSS, so it's basically the energy, the consumption, how much power, how much energy expenditure, and how much is the effort of your race. Kilocalories, they are live. You got the elevation, kilometers per hour, distance covered, and then the seconds. In the middle, pretty much the same. You got the average and the highest beat per minute, the watts as well, and also the RPM. You can see the lap on the right. On the left, you can see the wind. That's a very interesting feature of IndieVelo. So you can have the wind. At the moment is a side wind, and you can see even how much draft you have in this moment. So it's a live draft based on the wind. Now again we have the headwind, for example, but I'm well covered in the group. And we started quite quickly. I would say not as quick as Zwift, but you can see I'm already quite regular. Top and bottom left you can see the power, while on the bottom right you can still see the altimetry, so you see all the route basically. You have a very interesting box which they show you the different groups and the distance and the gap basically that you have with others. So this is the start. There's a few attacks at the beginning, jumping a bit ahead of the race after 2 minutes, and at the moment we have 10 kilometers to go. You can see I'm going at the front. You see the movement of the cyclist is not that bad. It's a bit better than Ruvi. If you miss my Ruvi review, you can see on top right. I'm gonna leave the link and also in description. The plan for this race for me is like to try to stay at the front, because I don't really know what's going on those races, being my first race. So I always try to stay at the front, so I have an idea what's going on. At the moment we did just a bit of the mountain, so we have a few seconds now. It's 3 of us. You can see Rodmilla and Sofia, and then we are a bit at the front. A few seconds. You can see I was mentioning before, there's that box that I'm pointing here now with the arrow, with the different groups basically, and the distance. At the moment we have 30 seconds distance from the group. You can see my name on top. On the leaders group, +2. So you can see at this point on time, Sofia 49 per hour, 49 kilometers an hour. She's going fast. She's trying to go along. I don't really want to push too much at this point. Still 10 kilometers to go. I'm still trying to see strategies and see where I can go. You can see the speed on top. On the right, top right is green and yellow. So another feature of IndieVelo is that you need to release your pedals while you're doing turns. If not, the system will automatically block it. So it's a bit more realistic than Zwift. You won't really go down up to Zwift at 80 kilometers an hour without any pace change. While in IndieVelo, especially when the turns or there are hairpins, obviously the speed is reduced. You can see now the speed of Sofia is red because she had to slow down before entering the turn. Now is my speed red. It's too fast, so automatically I get stopped by the system. You can see almost a block, and then it goes down on speed and I'm at the front. So I can see I'm not sure if it's people or the AI at this moment, but to be fair, everyone is drafting quite a bit. So even if it's the AI, well, it's quite a wheel sucker AI, I would say, because they're not really helping very much at the front, considering we are a group of 48. I'm slowing down quite a bit at this moment, and then no one is really cooperating. Jumping now on the lap 2 out of 4, only 6 kilometers to go. I'm still at the front, and there's a few attacks here now, so I'm not really giving everything, even though, as you can see at the bottom, I push quite a bit in zone 5 and 6, following a few attacks. The group is pretty much broken now, with me and another 4 riders on second, a few seconds behind a guy from Luxembourg, I guess, and then there's another group with 12 riders behind us, another with 24 seconds, and then the main bunches with 30 people or 35 seconds. So it's quite distant actually this moment on time. So the strategy so far is paying off. Here we have the 6 kilometers to go. Don't want to say Flamme Rouge, but yeah, the sign of the 6 kilometers to go. You can see, we can still have a look at the movement now. You can see the zero draft, 8 kilometers an hour, and then now I have a side wind, so it's slightly more difficult. You can see my watt, they're going quite up, and then I'm attacking a bit. I mean, I'm outside on the wing. There's 4 people behind me, 3 people, sorry, and then no one is really cooperating. So again, the plan here stays the same. I try to stay at the front and see what's going on. I'm not really dying at the moment. Obviously, I'm pushing quite hard to keep the front, because you can see there's a bit of distance among the group 5 and the full peloton. We're already 1 minute on the peloton, I would say. So it's quite a good gap, I would say. 5 kilometers to go, and now the descent starts. Skipping now at 3 kilometers to go. You can see that the groups are completely formed now. We have a leader at the front, which is Rodmila, that she attacked at the beginning. Then there's my group with 6 second distance, and then it's 9-10 of us. You can see the group is quite big. There's no collaboration at all. And then there's all the broken group behind, 10 seconds, 48 seconds. The peloton has more than 1 minute. So I think the win is between those riders here. Again, strategy, he's here 2.5 kilometers ago. I will try to jump off by myself. At this moment, I rest a bit, as you can see from the bottom below in the previous lap. Group is quite big, so I try to attack and see what happened on my first race on the attack. To be fair, I feel that my first race on IndieVelo is slightly easier than my very first 2 years ago on Zwift, where I really push a lot and I felt really dying basically. Here is the moment, we are approaching the mountain, mini mountain, the mini hills. The mini hill is just 4%, so yeah, it's not really big hill, but I will attack that. Again, the turn, we went quite speedy at the turn, and then I probably pushed a bit too much, and then I had to relaunch. I had to launch again after the turn, like in real life when you're doing a crit, for example. You have to push after a turn, especially if you're in the group. Here we are again, all together. Now the group that has formed is a group of 12, and we have 8 seconds. We are 8 seconds ahead of a group of 5, which I don't think they will at this moment they will come back to us. 1.6 kilometers to go. I'm staying really at the front here. I'm waiting for my attack. You can see bottom right, we are approaching the hill, the final hill. Less than 2 kilometers now, is 1.4 to go, and there's an attack on the left. You can see just now Yvonne Silish is attacking with Kaji Kyong, I believe. Probably Chinese is AI, feels like he's an AI. I'm not sure about the first one. And here I try to follow, and then I will counter basically. You can see here the Flamme Rouge, 1 kilometer to go, and then I'm now second, but I'm attacking really hard. You can see the watts at the top, well above 450 watts. So yeah, it's really high, 7-8 watt per kilo for me. And the attack continues, 4%. Now we're on top of the hill, 3%. Slightly headwind, I think more between side and headwind, but my attack's really strong, actually. 400 plus watt per kilo. Now we're gonna beat on the descent, 600 meters to go, and you can see on the second I have 4 seconds, 7 seconds on the third, which is the Dutch they attacked before, 8 seconds the gap is continuing going high. Speed is really high here, 53 kilometers per hour versus the 40 of the others. The speed is really high, my attack is going really well. Only 400 meters to go. I don't think there's anything that will stop me to get my first win on my first race on IndieVelo, so it will be win a debut. You can see the power is really purple underneath, so well above my my FTP. And then I'm pushing really hard here. Here I have a bit of a problem because the chain jumps, but I get back to the bike, and then 374, not really a crazy wattage, but I finish first, and I just won my first race on IndieVelo. So this was the analysis. Hope you liked the video, and I wait you here next time for another analysis. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the video.